Well, there has been a lot of fallout today from the story we broke yesterday about the 4 deaths of nursing home patients after they were evacuated into a crammed and leaky and hot warehouse in Tangipahoa Parish ahead of Hurricane Ida.
That story to the detriment of the families that are involved. Today, Attorney General Jeff Landry joined Governor John Bel Edwards earlier, calling for a criminal investigation. So they want to find out more about the owner of the nursing homes and the decisions that led to the ill-fated evacuation.
And we are learning a lot more about the conditions inside the building from investigative reporter Mike-Perlstein, who got an exclusive interview with a nurse who was there as the conditions deteriorated. Mike?
Well, Karen, the nurse's description of what she saw inside that warehouse is both horrifying and heartbreaking. She said she did all she could for the patients, but the cascade of problems quickly became overwhelming. As Hurricane Ida approached Louisiana, patients from several nursing homes were taken to this warehouse in Independence.
They didn't really tell me they had a plan. They just said they was evacuating the people to Independence.
Nurse Natalie Henderson said she had misgivings as soon as she entered the poorly equipped building. And once the storm arrived, conditions went from bad to worse.
One of the parts of the warehouse started leaking water, so they had to move the patients from that part of the warehouse to the part where everybody was housed, and we had to move the mattresses even closer together. And it was trash, full of urine and feces all stacked in a corner, and the place just smelled horrible.
And what signs of distress did you see with patients?
Some were hollering, they were in pain, they were hungry, they were thirsty.
Conditions declined quickly as the plan to shelter 300 patients kept changing until there were more than 800.
They kept rolling in more residents. I'm like, oh my God, and we had to keep pushing the patients over tighter and tighter to fit everybody in. I was in tears, like it was very overwhelming.
A businessman named Bob Dean is the owner of the warehouse, as well as the nursing homes that were evacuated. Maison Orleans here in uptown New Orleans is one of 7 nursing homes in which Bob Dean and his companies are listed as owners. All of them get consistently low ratings. The ratings are published by the federal Medicare Nursing Home Compare website. As you can see, Maison Orleans gets 1 star out of 5, rating much below average. So does Maison DeVille in Harvey and Maison DeVille in Houma. In a press conference Thursday, Governor John Bel Edwards expressed dismay over the deaths and vowed to get to the bottom of it.
And we're going to do a full investigation into whether these facilities, the owner of the facilities, failed to keep residents safe.
State Attorney General Jeff Landry weighed in today, saying his office is launching a full investigation. Mike-Perlstein, Eyewitness News. Now, we have been trying to get a hold of the owner or his representatives, but so far, Karen and Charisse, we have not heard back.
An incredible interview you did there. Do we know who actually, we know nurses and the helpers, they are supposed to be mandatory reporters. Any idea if they were the ones who kind of quietly tried to reach out to state authorities and warn them?
Well, it was a confusing situation because LDH, Louisiana Department of Health officials, were inspecting the facility in the first several days after the storm, but I think it was Tuesday when the people running that facility blocked health officials. There had been, some constant communication, and I know some of the staff did try to reach out, but there was an assumption that LDH was on top of it, and they were blocked, and I think that is going to be part of the investigation by the state.